Moshe Monster, and this is Parsha Toldos. So Toldos has a couple different meanings. One meaning is offspring, children, descendants. It could also mean chronicles and stories. So this is the story of Yitzchak's life, and it's talking about his children that he has as well. Sometimes in halacha, in Jewish law, you have the Av, that's the daddy, and then you have the Toda, and that's the little children, little offshoots, like the main halacha, and then the different ways it's interpreted. Like on Shabbos, there's 39 things that we can't do, but each one of the 39 categories has different little actions that are associated with it. And this parsha is one of the few parshas that really focuses on Yitzchak. There's not a whole lot written in the Torah about him. It sort of goes from Abraham to Yitzchak a little bit, and then on to Ya'acov and Esav with many other parshas. And we see here how a lot of Yitzchak's life is repeating what his father Abraham did, that he lives in some of the same places, he digs some of the same wells that Abraham had dug, the same wells of Torah knowledge that Abraham had created. The 3 wells that he digs outside of Gerar, the names that he gives them also correspond to our 3 holy Beit HaMikdash. The first well, he digs it outside of Gerar, and he says, "This is my water." And then Abimelech and his sons come and say, "No, this is our water." And so, since they had the disagreement about it, they had the argument. So he calls it Eshek, and the first Beit HaMikdash was destroyed because of arguments and war between us and between the non-Jewish nations. And then the second well, he calls it Sitna, accusation, because they accused him. That also is a name that's used for the second temple that's was destroyed because of Beta's hatred. And then we have the third well, he calls it a Chobot, which means wide open spaces, because the hope is that for the third temple will be built, and everyone will come from far and wide, and will be recognized as being a holy temple. And so Yitzchak has a very hard task ahead of him, because he has to follow in Abraham's footsteps, which isn't easy. Abraham left a very big path to follow. He was really well respected by a lot of people, and so it's tough to live up to that reputation. And Yitzchak doesn't have children, and he's davening, and Hashem answers his prayer, and he has twins. He has two sons all at once, Esav and Ya'acov, and they are very different people. Ya'acov is a very quiet guy. He likes to sit and learn and study, and Esav likes to run around. He's always going this way, he's running that way. He likes to trap. He likes to trap animals and hunt and cook meat. And in the commentary it says that he killed Nimrod, who's a great mighty hunter. He killed him, and he took his clothing, and that's the reason why he was so hungry and asked Yaakov to give him the lentil stew, because they had just killed a mighty warrior. And then the clothes that he stole are the clothes that Yaakov is going to wear to impersonate Esav when he wants to steal a blessing, because Yitzchak is getting old and he's getting blind, that's something new that introduces to the world, that when Abraham died, he was still in his initial strength and vigor, but he got gray hair. He looked old, so he introduced looking elderly and old, and then Yitzchak introduced the blindness and the physical difficulties that we have as we get older, and then with Ya'acov we will see the sorrows or the troubles that he has to go through. But Yitzchak is getting old and he doesn't know when he's going to pass away, so he wants to bless his son, his firstborn son Esav, and he tells him to go cook some meat for me. And his wife Rivka hears, and Rivka likes Yaakov, and she knows that Yaakov is supposed to be the son to inherit the bracha and the birthright, that even though he's the youngest son, he's going to be the greater one. So she tells Yaakov, bring me some goats and I'm going to cook the meat and you're going to pretend to be Esav and you are going to steal the bracha. And the reason that he has to steal the bracha is that Esav already sold him the birthright, but Esav might still contest that. In order for Esav to receive his bracha, it has to go through Yaakov first, that Yaakov has to help Esav bring out the divine sparks inside of him and to help him. So Yaakov gets the bracha that he's going to inherit the land of Israel for him and his descendants, and he's going to live off the richness of the land, and that he would dominate Esav. When he dominates Esav too much, then Esav is going to rise up and he's going to overcome him, that only one can be powerful at one time. So as one goes up, the other one must come down. And we will see next week how Yaakov's life turns out. Hope everyone has a wonderful and warm Shabbos. Bye. Shabbat Shalom.